Episode 12.
Yes.
This is the big one. This is the one where we get canceled and terrorists destroy our entire channel.
Oh no.
Yeah, hackers are gonna get us.
Well, way to foreshadow.
Well,
just let it happen.
Yeah, potentially. So anyway, before we get into that though, let's explain how these battles work before you start sending us hate mail. All right, so
I'm going to send you mail from right beside you.
How these things work is we take each artist's top 5 on Spotify. We match up song 1 versus song 1, song 2 versus song 2, and so on until we have 5 matchups. The 3 panelists will then vote on which song they like better to determine the point for that song. We do this for 5 songs, with the first band to win 3 points declared the winner and moving on in the tournament. We have provided links for all the songs below involved in the competition, so we encourage you to pause the video and play along. For bracket information and past matchups, please visit www.bandfights.com. Okay, so today's matchup, we have an absolute monster of metal, the guys in metal, Metallica, up against the band. Aaron, what do you think about this matchup?
Hands down, I prefer Metallica, but I also have a lot of respect for the band, and I like a lot of their stuff too. But it depends on the order of these songs.
Bobby?
Well, I've never been a huge Metallica fan. So
get out.
I know. I've never seen them live. Black Album, like early Metallica, absolutely. As they went on, past, I would say.
Well, the Black Album was the turning point.
Yeah.
I think any real Metallica fan will tell you that was the turning point.
I would think anything from Injustice for All and from the beginning, anything after, I could just do without. So, with that being said, it all depends what is in the top 5, which I'm foreshadowing that word again. I'm banking that the top 5 is from the Black Album, and that means that's not good news for Metallica.
Okay, there's a couple of problems here for Metallica. I think all 3 of us, we could pick 20 Metallica songs that beat the band 5-0 every time. The problem is there are a handful of Metallica songs that are super popular off the Black Album that I actively do not like. I actively hate those songs. And I have a strong feeling that these are going to show up. And the band they're no joke. Like, they're a great
They're legit.
band. They're a legit band. Like, this is not the Pretenders taking down Metallica. That would be ridiculous. But the band could have, our last 2 matchups, the band could have taken out any of those 4 bands. So it's not far-fetched that the band can take down a big name like Metallica. If the matchup works, if the song matchups work out right, this could be an upset.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I'm scared too. I really would not want to see Metallica go home, but it comes down to the songs. It's not about the band.
See, and we talked about some of the songs from the band, and those are songs that you really either like them or you really don't.
I really like the band. They definitely have a feel to them. I guess if you're in that mood.
Oh yeah.
But me, those are great rock and roll, like early rock and roll songs. Yeah, and Metallica, like I said, like you could pick anything. You take 5 random songs from those first 3 albums and throw them in there, and it's 5-0. It just is. But you cherry pick their worst songs and put them against the band's best songs. It's up for debate. It's all on the table, and even Metallica fans. I know Metallica fans they're rabid, but they really love the original
Yep.
Metallica, and they really don't like the newer stuff. So yeah, we might not get as much hate as we think, but we probably will. But not to say like Metallica could win this match anyway. So we'll just see how this whole thing plays out. So first song we got for the band, their biggest hit, "The Weight," and for Metallica, "Nothing Else Matters" off the Black Album. Everybody's favorite.
And it begins.
Yep, and it begins. All right, song 1. Let's see what happens
Wow.
to Metallica. "Nothing Else Matters," maybe my least favorite Metallica song ever, versus an absolute classic by the band. The Weight's amazing. I'm voting for The Weight. Bobby?
Yeah. Okay. I can't stand "Nothing Else Matters." You could probably put up any other song, and I would vote for it.
You can put up the entire Soul Asylum catalog.
Absolutely. Yeah, "The Weight." I mean, it's okay. It's more of a vibe tune. Like if you're sitting around drinking, talking about
Music.
stuff and whatever.
Like we
But
are.
yeah, exactly. It
Yeah.
set a cool tone. So "The Weight" for me.
Yeah, that's 3. The Weight is it's a classic. And Nothing Else Matters does not matter at all.
Yeah.
It's filler.
Yeah.
It's high school dance material, and that's it.
Yeah.
Good for nothing else.
It really, yeah. All right. So the band jumps out to a quick lead over Metallica. I can't believe I'm saying those words in that order, but yeah, that's where we are. So
Yeah.
on to song 2. Song 2 for the band, it's going to be Atlantic City, and for Metallica, their biggest hit, Enter Sandman. All right, the band's up 1-0. Let's see if Metallica can make a comeback. Enter Sandman, Atlantic City. Go ahead, Aaron.
This was really tough. Really tough. I know how you feel about Enter Sandman, but I've always liked the song. Atlantic City, I was really surprised to hear that this was a cover. Like, I know the Springsteen version of it, and I thought this was really good too. But I'm still going to go Enter Sandman. I'm going to give Metallica a fighting chance here.
Bobby?
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence too, because "Enter Sandman," I'm not a huge fan, but it's pretty iconic as far as what you would know Metallica for, I guess, even though I'm not a huge fan. But it's pretty, like, the song in itself is, you don't really hear songs like that all that often, So, and I really liked Atlantic City. It was my first time hearing it, but it was just kind of average for me. I've never heard the Springsteen version, so I'll probably check that out. But Enter Sandman for me.
Yeah, I'm going to make it a sweep. I actively do not like Enter Sandman. I really don't like it. I never liked it. Even when it came out and it was all the rage. It was the biggest song off the Black Album. I never liked it. Atlantic City, it's a cover of a Springsteen song. It's good. I mean, I love the feel of the band, but yeah, Enter Sandman. Enter Sandman's a solid song. I'm gonna give it the nod. As much as I don't like it, Atlantic City. Atlantic City's not a really strong band song for me.
Yep.
If it was a stronger song, I'd definitely go the other way. But yeah. So, well, this matchup's tied.
Yeah.
So we go into song 3. Whew! Master of Puppets versus The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down. This is a toughie.
I like
Wow.
this matchup.
Yeah, so do I. We come into a tied matchup here. Metallica and the band. And we got Master of Puppets versus The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down. I'll take the point on this because I think this is going to be an easy one. Master of Puppets should have been called Masterpiece because that is the ultimate masterpiece of metal from the mid 80s. It's so good. It's peak Metallica, and it defeats most songs in human history. Not just don't take this personal if you're a fan of the band, because this defeats almost everything. So yeah, Master Puppets. Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah,
Where you're
for sure.
voting.
For sure, it's no contest on this one. Like we talked about, The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down is a good campfire song,
Yeah,
but
the band.
there's no fire here, and it's Master of Puppets all the way.
Yeah,
You know what? They're both feel songs in like totally different genres. So it really takes you on a ride from like your classic metal. Can't get any better than that. So it's Metallica for me.
Yeah.
Master of Puppets.
yeah. The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down's a great song. I really
wouldn't say it's a great song.
No, I love that song. I really do. But Master of Puppets is just it's amazing. It really is. It's an amazing song. And there's, yeah, like I said, there's hardly a song out there that can beat that.
And
Peak Metallica.
yeah, that's true.
Like,
Yeah, with a little
You
Def
think
Leppard
you-
flavor in there.
yes, that's right. Some Rick Allen snare.
You got it.
So, yeah, no, but that's the era and just the peak of Metallica.
Mhm.
That's
And then it was downhill from there. Kind of.
well. That
It's
brings us into song 4. For Metallica, it's going to be The Unforgiven, and for the band, Up on Cripple Creek. Metallica up 2-1. Let's see if the band can stay alive. I'll go first here because for me, Metallica, you are unforgiven for subjecting me to that song. Up on Cripple Creek's a great song. I love that tune. Unforgiven is one of those Metallica songs that I actively hate. I do not like that song. Never liked that song. I listened to it again today. Still don't like it. I mean, I can't believe that the same band that wrote Master of Puppets wrote that. And that song might be more commercially successful than Master of Puppets. Because
Yeah.
Master of Puppets is a masterpiece. Unforgiven is forgettable.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Up on Cripple Creek is a good song, and The Unforgiven is nap time.
Yeah.
I'm going with the band.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, for me, you know what? The Unforgiven was actually a lot better than what I want to generalize it as. Like, it's a decent song, but I just think it's too commercial. It's not what Metallica is at all. Up on Cripple Creek, I'm not really a huge fan, but I mean, given the choice between both, I think I'll throw Metallica a bone. I don't know. The Cripple Creek sent me down the river. I don't know.
Well, it's your right to be
But it
wrong.
didn't really matter anyways.
It didn't matter. Thank God it didn't. Thank God, as usual, your voice did not matter.
I know, thank you.
So
that.
this one is now tied and going into the final. I can't believe Metallica could be a first round defeat.
I'm intrigued.
It's all Spotify's fault, really. Like, don't blame us. We didn't put Unforgiven up there.
Nope. I would not have done that.
We did not put Unforgiven ahead of Seek and Destroy or countless other
Countless.
countless other great Metallica songs that could be there. So for song 5, we've got, for the band, Ophelia, and for Metallica, we've got Whiskey in the Jarro. Interesting.
Boy.
Okay, before we actually listen to these songs, interesting story. Whiskey in the Jar was actually won 2 weeks ago when I first set this up, but we got further delayed by COVID, so it should have been won. But in those 2 weeks, Whiskey in the Jar jumped ahead of 1. So we'll see if that.
Okay.
We'll see if that factors into the final. It could, because 1's a great song.
One is actually like an epic.
It is
tune.
For me, it's a little bit overplayed, but
Yeah, but
It's
regardless
still a
of
great
that,
I don't know if I can say no to that song. It's so good.
yeah, it's
It's one of those songs where you go, the first time I heard one, that's almost on par with Master of Puppets.
yeah.
I mean, it's a little more overplayed.
It's
than
right up there.
Yeah, but it's so good. But Whiskey in the Jar is a cover, and it muddies the water a little bit. So let's listen to these last 2 songs. Whoo! Time to break that tie. Aaron requested to go first because he didn't want to be the one to put a bullet in Metallica.
No, I don't. This was a really, really tough call. I like both of these songs. They're both fun, upbeat, easy to listen to, just toe tappers. But I gotta lean towards Ophelia on this one.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
I can't help it. I'm going with my gut. If I had to listen to one of those songs right now again, that's the one I would take.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it's my turn. Okay, so I'm mixed on this because, I mean, the band's one of those bands that it's like, it's background music for me. I don't really pay attention to, like, you don't pay attention to the music, but it's kind of that feel-good music in the background. You don't really care.
Mm.
That's the way I would talk over that music. You wouldn't
say,
it wouldn't-
shut up, Ophelia's on.
right, exactly. It wouldn't capture my
Yeah, but
attention.
you would say
And-
that about Whiskey in the Jar either.
But I don't usually vote for covers, but Metallica took this song, a great song as it is, and they took it to the next level. And I mean, I'm going to
Wasn't
vote.
a good song before. You said Whiskey. When we did Thin Lizzy, you said Whiskey in the Jar was awful.
The way they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. But I thought Metallica took it to the next level.
No, you said they took.
This song's been around forever,
Yeah.
since the 50s.
Yeah, they took a Thin Lizzy version that sucked and made it respectable.
No, they made it really, really good.
No,
It's still a good tune.
It's a good.
So my vote is Metallica.
You.
I hooked you with that.
Remember? Oh yeah, we almost had a fight deciding who was going to make the deciding vote on this one because honestly, both songs are really good. Like when we were sitting around and we're listening to Ophelia, I'm like, this might be, other than The Wait, this might be my favorite band song. And Whiskey in the Jar, it's a good song, but it's not a great Metallica song. It's a good.
That's not what the Spotify list
Yeah,
is about.
it's what you would rather listen to. And see, this is why everybody was fighting to go first, because they didn't want to be the one to put a bullet in Metallica. And I don't want to. But if
I am enjoying this.
But-
This is fun.
I don't know. I don't know if you're watching me on camera. You're seeing me sweat right now because I am sweating. Because
Well,
okay, there's so many great Metallica songs that could. Like I said, if this was one against Ophelia,
Yeah.
Ophelia's a great song, but one's a masterpiece.
Mhm.
Whiskey in the Jar is not a masterpiece.
No, it's not.
Whiskey in the Jar is a serviceable rock and roll song, and Ophelia is a better song than Whiskey in the Jar. That's what this tournament's about. It's song versus song. Ophelia is a better song than Whiskey in the Jar. I'm voting for Ophelia. Send your hate towards mostly Aaron because he started this.
You just pulled the black curtain over Metallica.
I hate to do it, but I don't take a lot of responsibility for this because it's all your fault. Spotify users that put Unforgiven in this list
Yep.
instead of Seek and Destroy, that put Whiskey in the Jar in this list instead of one, and For Whom the Bell Tolls, that defeats every single band song. But Ophelia's a good song. I in a sense I don't feel bad because the band is a really good, like, they're legit. They're rock and roll Hall of Famers. They don't, to say that they don't even deserve a spot against Metallica. They're a great band.
They are.
So
And they're mostly Canadian, so you
and
just
yeah.
turn the tide.
Yeah, every other time we've had a Canadian band up against, a monster of rock. Whether it's Alanis Morissette versus The Who, which is a stomping.
Yeah.
And then you got Finger 11 versus Van Halen.
Yeah.
So, but
Well, it's a sad day.
it's a sad day. It's sad but true.
Yep.
Well, you can go ahead, go in the comments sections on this video, type in your hate, mostly towards Aaron. Say you don't want to see him on the show ever again. He'll probably be back, but we'll see. We'll see what kind of hate. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It really pains me because I love Metallica. I love the band too. It would have hurt me a little bit, but Metallica is a band, an iconic band that deserves to advance. But that's what this tournament's about. It's songs. Like if it wasn't song versus song, we wouldn't even do this. Like Metallica, like we said, we could pick 20 Metallica songs that would beat every single band song out there. But,
Yep.
but that's not what this tournament's about. It's taking what the Spotify users have picked, and they're usually the crappiest songs for every band, except for in the case of the band, those are great songs.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
Solid.
But for Metallica, 4 of those 5 songs should not be there. Master of Puppets is the only song that deserves to be in their top 5, and we have our first big upset.
Yep.
Yep.
Big upset.
Massive upset. So, all right. Well, if you subscribed after last week, you're probably unsubscribing right now. We're probably going to get. If you please like this video, just to counteract the 5 million dislikes we're gonna have, and and do what Wortman says.
Smash that like button.
And remember, next week we got a big matchup. We'll have a new guest panelist that won't ruin the entire tournament. So check us out next week. What's our next matchup?
Oh my gosh, you told me and I forgot.
I told you to remember.
Yeah.
It's Buddy Holly
Oh yeah.
versus Buffalo Springfield. So we got a real classic,
Wow. Yep.
classic rock
Yeah, interesting.
matchup. So that'll be very interesting. So check us out next week on Band Fights.